Donald Trump has offered $100,000 to every single resident of Greenland. Not as aid, not as investment, but as a direct payment to the people. And here is what makes this proposal even more striking. Greenland has a population of roughly 60,000 people. If every resident were offered $100,000, the total cost would reach around $5.5 to $6 billion. For an average citizen, that amount could be life-changing. For the United States government, however, it is a relatively small price compared to military budgets and long-term strategic investments. This is not a random number. It is a calculated figure designed to influence the future of one of the most strategic territories on Earth. At first, it sounds shocking. Why would the United States pay tens of thousands of people in one of the most remote places on Earth such a massive amount of money? But this is not about generosity. This is about territory, power, and the future of global influence. Greenland may look distant and frozen, but it has quietly become one of the most valuable strategic assets on the planet. Reports indicate that the Trump administration is considering a plan that would offer up to $100,000 per person to Greenland's population in an effort to shift the island's long-term political alignment away from Denmark and closer to the United States. Greenland is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, with a population of approximately 57,000 people. If such a payment were extended to every resident, the total cost could exceed $6 billion, a significant sum, but relatively modest compared to U.S. military and strategic expenditures. The reasoning behind this proposal is rooted in geography. Greenland sits at the crossroads of North America, Europe, and the Arctic. As climate change accelerates, Arctic ice is melting faster than ever before. This is opening new shipping routes, expanding access to untapped natural resources, and turning the Arctic into a zone of intense global competition. For the United States, Greenland offers unmatched strategic advantages. The island hosts critical early warning radar systems, supports missile defense capabilities, and provides control over northern air and sea routes. American military installations already operate there, forming a key part of U.S. and NATO defense architecture. From Washington's perspective, securing deeper influence over Greenland now could provide a decisive advantage in the decades ahead. This concern is amplified by the growing presence of rival powers. Russia has significantly expanded its Arctic military infrastructure, reopening bases and increasing patrols. China, meanwhile, has declared itself a near-Arctic state and invested heavily in Arctic research, shipping partnerships, and long-term economic positioning. In this context, Greenland is no longer a remote island. It is a frontline asset in a global power struggle. The proposal to offer direct payments to Greenlanders immediately raises legal and ethical questions. Denmark has repeatedly stated that Greenland is not for sale. Greenland's own leaders emphasize that decisions about the island's future must be made by its people, free from external pressure. Critics argue that offering large sums of money to influence political alignment undermines democratic processes. They warn that it sets a dangerous precedent, where wealthy nations attempt to buy strategic outcomes rather than negotiate them.
Supporters of the idea see it differently. They argue that financial incentives are a form of persuasion, not coercion. Proponents claim that closer ties with the United States could bring economic growth, infrastructure development, job creation, and enhanced security guarantees for Greenland's population.
Yet skepticism remains strong among many Greenlanders. The island's culture, environment, and political identity are deeply intertwined with Denmark. There are widespread concerns that increased U.S. involvement could weaken local autonomy, threaten environmental protections, and reshape Greenland's future in ways residents cannot fully control. Beyond Greenland itself, the proposal reflects a broader shift in global strategy. Power today is increasingly exercised through economic leverage, strategic investment, and long-term positioning rather than traditional diplomacy alone. This approach aligns closely with Trump's broader worldview. Throughout his leadership, Trump has emphasized control over territory, borders, resources, and strategic assets. From trade policy to defense spending, his strategy consistently prioritizes leverage and dominance. The Greenland Plan also sends a message to the rest of the world. It signals that the United States is prepared to act decisively and creatively to secure its interests in a changing global order. But the risks are real. European allies worry such a move could strain relations within NATO and undermine trust between partners. There is also the possibility that overt financial influence could provoke backlash, strengthening opposition rather than support. Ultimately, this story is not about money alone. It is about how global power is evolving, how geography is becoming central once again, and how competition in the Arctic could shape international relations for generations. What once sounded like an unrealistic idea has now become a serious strategic discussion, and that alone reveals how much the world is changing.